Good morning and welcome to the Aliveline Network. I'm Nora Buckley, and today I am speaking with Robert Carlson Moeller. Robert is a body worker and a teacher in the area of healing arts. And welcome, Robert.
Hi, Nora.
Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about your journey, how you got to this point of being a teacher and a body worker.
Well, I've before I tell you a little bit about my professional past, my training. I also like to talk a little bit about my history, just even my upbringing. I was raised in California, and all that good warm sun. And my mom, she studied a lot of spiritual practices, and so we had a really interesting upbringing, you might say. And I studied everything from the Yogananda centers to Theosophical Society to Indian sweat lodges. So, my mom was definitely cutting edge back in that time. She had an extensive library. We studied a lot of past cultures, and she was really big on a lot of movements. And so I also had a lot of experiences, even some spiritual experiences when I was young. So that kind of brung me to really want to start studying more and what are these experiences I'm having? Some were great, some were a little scary, especially when you're a child.
Right.
And and then later on they became even more beautiful. But I remember many times, even in my childhood, running and crying in my mom's room, there's someone in my room. I see someone sitting on my bed. And she's it's okay. So, when I saw my first aura, it was kind of oh my God, So I had kept having these experiences a little bit. So I wanted to know what are these about, So I really started to study. And then, so besides the studies that I had with that, I also went to school and I studied professionally. I studied at the Sports Institute of San Diego. I studied under John Harris. He was an Olympic trainer, and he ran the Ironman several times over in Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
So as a body worker, I really got the hands-on. We studied trigger point therapy. We studied all the muscles, sports injuries, and everything.
Yeah.
And then I also took a series of classes of shiatsu with a Zen priest, a man from Japan, who was actually really great. And really taught me a lot. And in this area, I used to do a lot of shiatsu and got a little well known for it. And so those are some of my professional backgrounds. I've studied martial arts for the last 13 years too.
Okay.
So it shows a little of my breath work, movement. It's all kind of combined with understanding the body.
Okay.
So a lot of my studies have always been about this physical vehicle we have, how do we use it, and why does it break down? How does it get healthy? How does it, how do we move through our life?
So Robert, with all the training that you've had, what launched you or inspired you to work more personally with people?
Well, the body work has been really great, and I really enjoy it. But on a personal level with breath work is I've actually, at 18, I had pneumonia, and I was really sick for 3 months. And since then, for the last 10 years, I've had reoccurring things that kept happening to me. And there's nothing wrong with my lungs. Doctor said nothing wrong, but I kept getting this. And so through breath work and understanding breath work and the art of natural breathing, which I teach now, I've actually really got to the emotional part, which is the matter. And it's amazing. People don't realize a lot of breath is about emotions. And I've actually really changed my life because every winter I was getting sick and I couldn't live the kind of life I wanted. And the doctor said there was nothing wrong, but the pulmonary test, but yet I kept getting walking pneumonia over and over again. So it's been great for me to really maintain my own body. And then I see other people. I've cured myself of tendonitis. I had my arm in a Velcro brace for 3 years, and so as a body worker, I've really learned how to. I see people with tendonitis now. I was I can fix that. People who are having breathing issues, they're almost like a panic attack. I was I can work with you on that.
Wow, great.
So it's been really great, and just wanted to kind of share with you a little bit of my background and why I do this work.
It helps us understand why you have a passion for what you do. Thank you very much for listening to Robert Carlson Moeller. This is the Aliveline Network, and stay tuned for more interviews with Robert. Goodbye.